You already know what time it is. It's time to get our mind right. It's time to get our mind on greatness. What's it up, baby? You already know it is the big boss hog, boss dog, K Poke through the door. Here to talk this basketball. What's going on? This is the Mind on Greatness podcast. Here to talk boxing, basketball, whatever. We ain't running from no smoke. I told y'all I'm one of the hosts. Everybody else couldn't make it, so I decided to make a video today. I'm gonna talk about this Celtics Maverick series. As you don't know, I don't know if you live under a rock, I don't know what's going on, but the Celtics are up 3-0. Now, me personally, I picked the Celtics to win the championship. I said they're winning 7. Everybody else said they picked the Mavericks. I'm talking about Coach B, Jeff, Mike. They picked the Mavericks. And right now, it's not looking too good. But the series is not over until it's over, right? So, I just wanted to highlight a couple of things I've seen in this series. Luka Doncic seems to be kind of crumbling in a later half, in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? He's crying to the refs. He's putting up good numbers, but in the fourth quarter, he's just non-existent. He's having horrible games in the fourth quarter. He's having a horrible time, closing out in the fourth quarters. And, I don't understand, why he's doing that, but he's hurting his team, basically. He's hurting his team, and he has to be able to keep his emotions in check and be able to be, that star player that he is, to be able to be an asset on the floor. He's also accumulating a lot of fouls, you know what I mean? And he's getting towed up from the flow up. Like, they tearing Luka Doncic up, pause. You know what I mean? They blowing by Cub. You know what I mean? He can't stay in front of nobody. You know what I'm saying? And which is something I predicted. I said he can't really play defense, but he's getting blown by. You know what I mean? And he's holding on to the ball too long. I think the Mavericks, the problem last game was when Kyrie got going. I think they should have wrote that hot hand and let Kyrie cook. They fought last game. You know what I'm saying? But once the Celtics took the lead, the Celtics never really relinquished it. They was able to close the gap as far as the Mavericks to come back, because the Celtics had a 20-point lead in Game 3. But they weren't able to regain the lead, and, we were able to beat the Celtics. So, Game 4, my prediction for Game 4 is I think the Mavericks will bounce back and win Game 4. I think they're going to ride the hot hand of Kyrie. And I think the Mavericks don't want to get swept, and I think that what the Mavericks got to do is move the ball around and keep the ball out of Luka Doncic's hands, because Luka Doncic also has a lot of turnovers in the fourth quarter as well. So, he's not having a good fourth quarter in these games. You get what I mean? So, and they got to find better ways to get Luka Doncic some help, because like I said, he getting towed up on defense. They tearing him up. They tearing Buddy up, man. So, I think, what they got to do is just find a better way to help Luka Doncic on defense. Same with Kyrie. The Celtics, they've done a phenomenal job with the 3-ball and playing team ball. The first, I think, 2 games, Jason Tatum, he had 13 points combined in those 2 games. So, last game 3, he had a 30-piece. Jaylen Brown had a 30-piece. You know what I'm saying? So, they're getting in the groove, but it's been mainly the role players of the Celtics who's helped them get to this 3-0 lead. I mean, you got one game, it was Kristaps Porzingis. I think that was game 1 when he scored 20. You had another game with I'm drawing blanks, number 4. I forgot his name. You had another game with White. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's doing their part. Everybody's coming in and they're contributing in some kind of way. And, you know, that's why I picked the Celtics. I also feel like, you know, they've been here before. They know what they need to do in these moments. It's the little things. You know, 2 years ago they was here and they lost to the Warriors, a team they were supposed to beat. I mean, the Warriors weren't even supposed to make it that far. You know what I'm saying? So the Celtics were supposed to steamroll the Warriors, and the Warriors beat them. You know why? Because of experience. You know what I mean? So now that it's on the other foot now, the Celtics have the experience, the Mavs don't. So I think that, you know, the Celtics will close this series out in 5. You know what I mean? I think they'll lose game 4, and they'll come back game 5 and close the series out. And I got Celtics winning the NBA championship. They'll be holding the Larry O'Brien trophy. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown will finally get their ring, and Jaylen Brown will be the Finals MVP. I just think that it's just time. You know, it's time. You know, they've been through a lot as a team. Over the past couple of years, they've brought in many different pieces and it didn't work out. So I think now their focus is, you know, let's close this out. You're on the cusp of doing something great. Stay focused and close this out. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, Coach B and I done picked the Mavericks in 6. This series is not over by a long shot. The Mavs can very well come back from being down 3 games. And there's one player on that team who has experienced that. And his name is Kyrie Irving. Right? He was on that Cavs team that was down. And they came back and beat Golden State in 7 games. So I want y'all, I don't want that you see why I'm not really like, oh yeah, the Celtics, man, they got it, man. You know, it's very possible the Mavericks could come back and, you know, riding the hot hand of Kyrie and come back and win this series in 7. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, common sense would say, no, but common sense would say no, but they got that one dude that has experienced that, and that's Kyrie Irving. That's a kid, you know, got to figure out defensively what he got to do to kind of protect Luka. And Luka got to keep his head in the game. You know, it's just a lot the Mavericks got to overcome. But I wouldn't rule out a comeback. You know what I'm saying? But I'm picking the Celtics in 5, if that makes sense. But what I think that, you know, moving forward, which team it'll benefit the most as far as the experience, the Mavericks. The Mavericks, if they lose this series, will be back. Luka Doncic will get his ring. I mean, he got this experience. He got Kyrie on there with him. Luka Doncic will get his ring. And I believe it's going to be with Kyrie Irving or without Kyrie Irving. That's just my opinion. You know, this is a learning lesson for Luka. He has to learn to keep his emotions in check and stay locked in and stay switched on. If he's able to do that, man, I'm telling you, Luka's going to be a problem. He's already a problem right now, you know, but if he's able to get that ring and he figure it out, he going to win a couple of them. Trust me. But we shall see with the Celtics. Will they win more? Possibly. You know what I mean? Teams are continuing to get better. You know what I mean? I like today's NBA because you're not getting the same consistent team winning a championship. But like I say, this may be the start of something for the Celtics too. You know, once they get a taste of one ring, hey, they might figure it out. They might go on a little run. You never know. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to Coach B. Salute to Mike. Salute to Peso. Man, salute to Jeff. Salute to Keith. Salute to everybody who has contributed to the Minor Greatness podcast. Me and Coach B got something coming. Remember, if you want to be an asset or you want to join us, hit us up, menonthemission56@gmail.com. And, you know, make sure you have your ducks in a row because our time ain't free. I'm boss. I'm gone.